idols of Itera. Show your faith and be rewarded. Power and prosperity. Blessed idols of Itera. Show your faith and be rewarded. Idols of the gods. Blessed idols of Itera. Show your faith and be rewarded.
Hey guys, what's up? Sup. Sup. Welcome back, everybody. Alright, let's play some Last Epoch LEgin, dude. I found something extremely expensive yesterday. This thing over here. And I have to say, that does make me pretty happy. You know, before we're gonna start though, let's check if there is an update on the loot filter, the Merchant Guild loot filter that I've been using. Last Epoch. Merchant Guild loot filter. Shattered Omens. Loot filter. No, it's still from March 27th. Alright then. That's okay. That's okay, methinks. Trade filter, hold up a second. Trade filter. Last update, March 30th. Huh. No description. Well, it's hard to say if this one would potentially be worth something or not. But you know what? I'm just going to trust the one that I have. And I'm just gonna trust the one that I have and just keep on going like this. Alright, what do we have here? Idols. Set item. And here we have idols also. Let's go this way. We had some extreme upgrades since yesterday, I have to say. Because off stream, yes, like after 24 hours yesterday, I went to church. I came back for a little bit. And I came back and for a little bit I was just like searching the market because I didn't have strength to actually freaking play and grind. So I just searched the market for a little bit. And I figured out that there are omens that are extremely expensive, that are potentially very, very strong, and I started stacking them, and there we go. Like we are having way more life now, way more mana. I think my armor increased by quite a lot. Yeah, my armor is higher now as well. Resistances are basically capped. I think need a little bit of necrotic resistance, but we're gonna get that soon. I think the passive tree, if I'm going to get 3 points in here, I'll get plus 15 to all res, so that's gonna be strong. So yeah, looking pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm going to be investing points into this passive, I think, though. Not 100% sure if I need that all res. Okay, so here we're gonna get, what, attack speed, I think. Let's do this. Enemies have 60% more health and damage resistances, something. And this is how much power they get on a base 100 corruption already. Holy smokes! I'm scared to see how much more they're gonna be getting later. Manifest armor plus 3. I've noticed that the density has increased dramatically compared to before. Density of monsters. I think there were less before. Maybe it's just the matter of, you know, a different map. Maybe just this map has more. I don't know, but this one and the previous one. Relic with minion damage. I don't think these are going to be worth anything. But in what world this is worth money? I need to... There is one thing... I guess I'm just going to go quickly to the market. And I really need to quickly check out Why sometimes these filters show these items as potentially expensive? Because what are the chances that something like this is actually going to be worth something? It's almost hard to believe. It's almost inconceivable to believe that something like that is going to be worth money. Alright. Visit Bazaar. There is one item that I need to check anyway. So might as well just go ahead and do it right now. It's almost hard to believe. Okay, hold on. Where we have daggers? I think over here. There we go. Alright, so this is what base is that? Subtype. One for poison. Okay, so kitten dagger, chitin, whatever that thing is called. And it has melee cold damage. Is this tier 6 or tier 7? It's tier 6. And it's worth freaking nothing at all, as expected. What if what if it was tier 7 instead? 50 to 65. Okay, 50 to 65, it would actually be worth something. But tier 6 is not worth anything at all. I don't know, man. Hey guys, you had enough League after 24-hour stream? Yeah, we're gonna chill a little bit with Last Epoch. I have to say, today I slept. You might or might not believe that, but I slept for about 14 hours. I'm not kidding. I finished the stream yesterday. I took a shower. I went to church. I was in church for 2 hours. I came back. I literally like checked the market in this game. I went to bed and I slept for 14 hours. Holy smokes. I slept for about 7 hours, woke up for like literally 10 minutes. I'm like, oh shit, it's 4 a.m. Went back to bed again and I woke up at like 11 or something, 11 a.m. It's like crazy. But that's what happened, man. Alright, let's see. Judgment. We need this. Judgment's too expensive, but we need judgment and we need high level of judgment on top of that. Hold on, search. No. Judgment. Judgment. Level at least 6. How depressing is that gonna be? It's not that bad. I mean, if I wanted +3 to judgment, that would cost me about 300,000. If I wanted +4 to judgment, that would cost me probably freaking forget about it. What about non-corrupted ones? No corruptions. Okay, non-corrupted ones are actually not that bad, I would say. They're doable. Oh shoot. +3 level to judgment, healing effectiveness, 128 health on top. Fire resistance, but the base is completely useless now. The base is useless on this thing. +3 judgment, +3 judgment cast speed, +3 judgment, +3, +3, +3. Oh, excuse me. +3, +4. +4 to judgment, but the remaining stats are completely useless. +4 to judgment with 0 crafting power. So here when we start seeing +4s from time to time. How much money do I have? 700,000. +4 to judgment, +4. Alright, man. Damage over time, 11 health. +4. Alright, so you can get something here. That's going to be... You can store your sleep, so to speak, when you're not sleeping for a long time. Also, happy partner anniversary. Oh, is it anniversary today? Oh, thanks, man. I had no freaking idea. Thanks, man. Oh, we take those, I guess. We take those. Holy symbols of hope also. Yo, that would be freaking insanely fantastic. Level 8. What? There is something like that? Level 8? One available on the market. 35 million gold. Oh my. 35 million gold. Jeez, Louise. It's funny that every year you got no idea it's the time when it is. Really? Last year something like that happened too? Oh, well. Well. Oh, well then. I guess it's this time now. It's like I could actually afford some of these, but I don't think it's worth it to buy them as they are here, because the ones that I see over there are just not that insanely good. Most of them have 0 crafting power, so that's a big whoop. But this is like by far the highest damage upgrade I can get right now. Oh, by far is a stretch, but this is extremely powerful. Very, very powerful and very strong. Block chance, 74 poison resistance. Alright, you know what? Let's check something else for a little bit. Out of curiosity, plus level to symbols of hope, because this is another very powerful item that I could have. Plus 4 levels of symbol of hope is drastically cheaper. Infinitely times cheaper. That would honestly also be a pretty good boost. Plus 4 damage while channeling, cold resistance, endurance, spell critical, plus 6 strength, 73 flat armor. Health, attunement, mana regen, void resistance, poison damage, plus 4 symbols of hope, mana. You know, this is much more affordable, and honestly some of them are very strong. But the question is, do I want to... I don't know, man. It happened for at least 4 years from what I remember. Oh, the VR crate. I thought you're like a long time viewer. I thought you were like a... well, not necessarily like fresh, but I didn't think that you like... almost like OG, right? Almost an OG, basically. Close to being an OG at this point. ...2021. That's... holy smokes, that's 5 years. What's up, Chris? No legal legal Legos? Nope, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. Sorry, my friend, but no League tonight. Today we're playing something better. Alright, doesn't seem like I will be able to afford this, by the way. Another thing that we could try to do is we could try to keep on buying these guys and try to find judgment, plus levels of judgment. Now, this is going to be extremely unlikely that we're gonna be able to do that, but on paper we could try. On paper we could try. What's this item called? Code of Erased Sentinel. Erased Sentinel. And the Weaver's Will, at least, I don't know, 18. How expensive are these? They're pretty cheap, honestly. We could try to buy few of those guys and like try to level them up. This one is a pretty good roll also. A lot of mana. Alright. We can try to do something like that and we can give it a try. To level them up and see if we're gonna get plus levels of judgment. Don't tell addicts something is better than their poison. Chris really wants me to play illegal Legos, but he really wants that, but unfortunately he's not going to see it. Wait, I just realized something. Couldn't I use like a rune on these things that will allow me to... Hold up. There was a rune. Shuffle? No. Exalted affixes? No. No. This. Oh! Transfers random amount of remaining Weaver's Will to or Weaver's Touch into an item with into additional affix tiers if you had slain that many items with the rune equipped. Yeah. I think that's gonna do it. Okay, so we got level of rebuke, cold resistance, elemental resistance, and lightning. Okay, so this one is completely dead. This one is completely dead. What about this one? Levels of smite again. Plus level 4 javelin though. But I didn't find it. This cannot be traded anymore because I didn't find it. So okay, so these two are dead, unfortunately. Unfortunately, these two bad boys are dead. We're not gonna have a lot of use from that. Let's get this healing over here. Plus 1 javelin. Let's get this. And this. Okay. I mean, a lot of us knows Nasus because your guide streams and everything, so there's that. I'm still surprised nowadays how many people, you know, I haven't played League in such a long time. I'm still surprised how many people join the stream just to watch, like, washed up Nasus. I'm really surprised because sometimes we have, including the YouTube streams, sometimes we literally have like 120, 140 people here. And like 80 on Twitch. So, first of all, I'm extremely thankful you guys want to see this garbage. But secondly, really surprises me that there are still people out there that wants to see the good old dog. Doggy dog. Hey, what's up, Sabo? You're not that washed, let's be real. You know, I'm not gonna say that we're freaking doing great, but at the same time, I guess you're right that, you know, that we're doing fine, right, for the most part. There is a chance that we will be doing even better with, like, you know, with like a real build. I don't think that at the same time, I don't think that we would be doing much better because I think that crit is actually semi-viable. I'm not even joking. I don't even think that crit is that bad. It's actually semi-viable. I'm not even kidding. The problem with crit is that it limits your flexibility. You're not capable of, like, you know, for example, grouping sometimes, especially when you're behind. Like, grouping is always a bad idea. If you're playing full tank, then you could still group on Nasus, you could still try to act as a front line, which is never ever going to happen if you're playing crit. You can group with crit if you're like 5-6 items, or if you're ahead, or at the very least if you're not behind. So when it comes to that, tank builds are obviously going to be better. You gotta be honest, you're having really bad luck. I would say that pretty much as the same as usual. Yesterday, I have to say that looking at how often we win lane, you would assume that we should probably be higher, but at the same time, partially this might be because sometimes I just play crit Nasus, I can't group. I'm just limiting myself a little bit. But I can't play my macro the way I would want to if I had like a tank build, if I was more flexible. So this partially might be the reason why we're losing some of the games that we should be winning. Some of them. I'm not saying like a lot of them, but some of them maybe. Winning lane is and solo killing this Nasus is just insane. Ah, don't say that. You guys in your games solo kill people as Nasus all the time as well. It's not that hard to kill someone as Nasus if they're making mistakes. And even in high masters, they're making mistakes all the time. People love to make mistakes. me included. The next high elo Nasus player we got is PT, who is not streaming as often. And what's more important, no, but yeah, he plays. He's right though. He plays for whatever he thinks is the best. He plays for LP, which is what you're supposed to be doing if you want to climb high in this game. So I remember when Conqueror was broken in this game, very strong, and Psycho was playing Conqueror back in like season 9, season 10, when Conqueror used to convert some of your damage to true damage. I refused to play that too. I thought that Spellbook was better, so I played Spellbook. And then everyone was like, "Yo, Card, just freaking play this." No, freaking no shot, man. I'm playing Spellbook, bro. Like, get me out, bro. I'm playing my Spellbook. And it was kind of a vegetable build, but say whatever you want. This was the last time I was freaking challenger with Nasus. It's with vegetable build, freaking Iceborne, 0 damage, Spellbook. But I was just literally running around the map, and freaking and winning the game by running around the map as Nasus. Like, I'm not even joking. Admittedly though, it might sound like a vegetable build, but it really was not, because you had teleport in lane and Ghost Flash, so I was able to come back from difficult situations. Iceborne was dirt freaking cheap. So I was able to still 1v1 people even when I was getting camped, even when behind. I would get my Iceborne first, and I didn't need to buy boots because I had magical footwear before it got nerfed like 4 times. So this strategy was kind of freaking like, it was like freaking getting destroyed proof. Like, it was hard to get like completely destroyed and to be completely useless, regardless how hard they camped you. Like Spellbook Iceborne was actually pretty good. And you had Cosmic Insight for 4%, 5% extra CDR, so you very quickly would get 45 CDR, which was actually a lot of damage compared to like Conqueror build or something like that. This was actually a lot of damage. So it's not like if you had a good laning phase and you had a lot of stacks, and you usually had good laning phase because Iceborne cheap, you have teleport. Like, guess what? You were actually doing a lot of damage with this. Then later on you would just fall off, but I remember I used to be winning a lot of games like in early mid game, just because, you know, I was really strong, really tanky. Obviously it was Iceborne, so you were tanky, right? It was actually good. But are expensive Excel modifiers you look to sell? I'm just using the filter, right? The filter for the most part that I'm using right now didn't fail me. It pretty much every item that is expensive it's showing. So yeah. I found something extremely expensive yesterday though. I played off stream for like literally 30 minutes before I went to bed. Where's this bad boy? Oh, this thing. Holy smokes. This thing actually sells for like $1.5 million. Like, it's double Weaver modifiers and double good Weaver modifiers. It's actually freaking expensive, dude. Like, very expensive. That's the most expensive item I found so far. Like, easily. Like, imagine having entire inventory. Your build scales with mana and with mana regen. The more mana and mana regen I have, the more damage I have, basically. And on top of that, it gives you life. So imagine having entire inventory of these bad boys. Holy smokes, I would have so much freaking extra life and damage. And infinite mana regen. 1k shutdown pretty much, man. Like, do I remember correctly? Did we have in League's history a time where we had shutdowns for more than 1000? I think there was a time, right? Then they just freaking removed it. We're playing Rise on blue. Dabba dee dabba doo. That's right. Well, not quite. The way I'm building this is that I'm going to try to explain quickly. Let's finish this first, though. We're almost done. So every skill in this game that you use, active skill, has a separate passive tree. And the way my skill works is that the more mana I'm going to consume, I'm spending percent of my mana when I use the skill, and the more mana I'm going to consume, the more damage multiplier it's gonna get. So obviously for that you need to get a lot of maximum mana and mana regeneration, and that's what we're trying to do. Right now my mana cost is very low, only 120 or something like that. I need to work on increasing my mana cost now, basically. This is what needs to happen. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. Let's do this, let's do that. We're gonna finish these things to get additional passive points. Weaver, to craft the class-specific Weaver idol. No, this is not something that's reformed the Weaver idol, replacing affix. Replacing its affixes if it was dropped anew. No, we don't want that. Absolutely do not want that to happen. Back in Season 3, Season 4, what Google said, shutdowns could go up to 1500. Oh, so it was that long ago? Oh, well. I didn't know. I thought it was like a few years ago or something like that. Oops. Oh, well then. Oh! This could actually be pretty potent. I think this is tier 7 movement speed. Wait, I could freaking use this item myself, I think. 36 crafting potential. Well, that's not a lot, but... Oh! The time flies, yeah. It's funny because when there was a time when I used to stream League where like I would like check the how long I streamed for, like every hour, because oh no, I still have to play 3 games or something like that. Seriously, when I play RPGs, I never freaking do that. Like it never happens. Sometimes I'm going to check out of curiosity, like how long I streamed for, but you know, it's not from the place of being tired of playing this freaking shitty game. It's from the place of, you know, just curiosity. But there was a time when I streamed League every day where I was like, bro, like I just don't want to play this game anymore. Seriously. My problem, I think, is that I always try to win too much, too hard, and you should never have this. You can safely start playing League of Legends and start climbing ranked if you don't have ego. Seriously, it's all freaking ego that you're trying to like win every game, and if you don't win, if your teammates mess up, you just get freaking super tilted or something. It's freaking your ego. That's the reality. You just have to freaking drop the ego to play this game like normally, like from a healthy perspective. Wither's mentality is great as long as you don't like lose your freaking mind. As long as you don't want something like too much. Because there is a healthy way you can from which you can approach things, and there is like a freaking toxic way. And I always had like this toxic way of, oh guys, if you don't freaking play well, I'm just gonna get super freaking tilted and stuff like that. Just yesterday I remember seeing giants lizard all over the place, and look at the earth now. Is that so? Oh wow, something hit me freaking hard in here. I don't even know what that was. Okay, that's it. Armor all resistances, movement speed, increased damage per 1% increased movement speed. Every 3 seconds your next movement skill deals 40% more damage. That's kind of a freaking good unique item, to be honest. Alright, so, your tombs and cemeteries have a guaranteed ruined prison with possessed exiled mage. Exiled mages, I don't really care about these guys, I think. I don't think I really care about those guys. Ammon Echo Chains will more likely to spawn. You know what? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that I'll just have to like check a guide what passive tree would potentially be. In your echoes always drop a unique item. They have double the chance to drop their tail. Tail? You know what? Let's get towards these guys. Rift beasts are more common in your echoes. Lost caches drop an additional exalted item in your echoes. Arena no longer appears. That sounds pretty decent. Chance for a pile of gold to drop when you complete an echo objective. Piles of gold. Let's go for loot lizards. Sounds good to me. Wait, I can't enter those guys? Need to do this first. Better than a toaster PC. Yeah, otherwise you're stuck at the dreaded 90% in freaking in loading screen, right? Dreaded 90%. Oh shoot. Please no. Oh no. There's an item here that allows you to turn an affix into a tier 8 affix. I need to really check real fast what that is and how does it work, because getting a level 8 judgment would be absolutely insane. That's plus 6 points to judgment. That would legitimately triple my damage probably. That'd be some crazy thing to have. If I have a good PC, why play League in the first place? Oh, that's not necessarily something that is an extra... The fact that you don't need to have a great PC to play League is just an extra bonus, right? That's one of the reasons why this game is so popular worldwide, is because you can play it on a toaster for the most part. I think League is great if you have the right mental to play this game. Number one. Number two, if you don't worry too much about, like, you know, winning. Unique item, exalted boots, exalted caster weapon. Let's get this maybe. As up as Moses. Minecraft of RTX on. Say whatever you want. Is that true? I've heard that Minecraft actually has pretty high requirements in some circumstances. When you do like some settings sometimes. It's a pretty high freaking requirement game. So I always thought that you can freaking play on a toaster, like you can play on a toothpick. But apparently sometimes you can't. Maybe someone was mentioning that it's only for streaming that you need like a high-end PC for Minecraft. I don't know. Become dust.
I cannot do that.
Always try to get this modifier to triple the reward, because that gives you more loot, but I guess usually the loot you're getting is not something crazy in this game. Okay, and now I should be able to click on this. There we go. Good boy. There we go. Oh shoot, this guy's pretty strong. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Well, I guess I'm just going to be running in circles. I'm you, deer. You deer gameplay, but is that how it feels to play you deer? How many of these birds are over here? Another one. Okay, dude, that's number 6. I freaking killed the entire population of these birds. Number 7. Number 8. I mean, if you set your stuff to really hold up. There we go, finally dead. That's a lot of items. Ooh, elemental critical strike chance, fire aura and crit. Minion critical strike chance +2 maximum skeletons, 265 fire damage. Ward per second. You know what? Some of these ooh, this has potential. Chance to poison if 5 enemies pierced with multi-shot. Electricify on hit. Chance to cast smite when throwing attacks. I don't know about that. Spell damage, reduce health, cost of spells. Mana. That is potentially really good. Also. I don't know about the rest of them, but this looked promising. But the thing is that this is potentially very strong. Hold on, we'll have to, okay, you know what, first up, let's finish this area, I guess. Let's finish this area first, I guess. Dude, yesterday in church, I finished the stream, took a shower, went to church. I was at church for almost 2 hours. Dude, I was like legitimately like falling asleep at times. I was expecting at one point for like I don't know, for a woman next to me sitting to like wake me up or something. But it didn't happen. That's why you watch me playing League instead of actually playing it. You guys don't play at all? Freaking pathetic. I'm giving you all this awesome wisdom, knowledge how to play Crit Nahus. You guys don't even use it? Crit Nahus.
I cannot do that.
I used to play Nahus. I swear, like, there's the people that watch me actually, well, at least from the people active in the chat. But there's probably a lot of people that watch me that actually play Nasus, but you guys actually don't freaking play. The most active people in chat, you guys don't freaking play at all. The heck? Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, the last of these echoes, I think. Slay the Harbinger. Harbinger of Ash. Uh-oh. I'll go lie, this guy is kinda tanky. Yeah, there we go. Drop some keys. And that's about it. That's about it. Chance to spawn a loot. Opening cache in your echoes has a chance to spawn loot lizard. Okay, let's hit that. Now, do we have more of these? Did I place another one somewhere here? Because I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I did all of. Oh, it's this one. There we go. One more. I still even have Infernal skin. Oh, you didn't sell it to the shop?
I cannot do that.
I can't believe that after all this time, I actually started kind of enjoying Infernal. Can actually play it and it doesn't feel like ass. Wi-Fi cane. And there is this weird thing about Infernal that makes me wonder if this is just my imagination or if this is actually a thing. It sometimes it feels like your Q goes off faster because the animation doesn't appear at all. The skin is so weird and bugged in a way that if you have a very short your very short Q cooldown, your auto attack animation is going to go off, but your Q doesn't. It's just like you don't see the animation at all. It just goes off. And it gives you this feeling of it actually goes off faster. And I cannot put my finger on if this is just my feeling or if this is actually like, you know, pay to win moment. I cannot put my finger on if this is like this or that. It's kind of a nice base ring. Alright, what is this? Shatter set items to extract. What?
I cannot do that.
I have one set item over here. Shatter the set items to extract your essence to as set shards to be used for further crafting. Set shards. I will go into my item to grant a new property or improve an existing one. Oh. That's kinda interesting. Favor caches spawn your echoes. Favor caches. Looted shrines are more common in your echoes. Oh, that's kinda nice actually. Okay, we're gonna invest into loot lizards. I like loot, therefore we're gonna get some loot lizards. Okay, we can fight the boss now. Let's prage that we're gonna get some good rewards. Okay, that's the boss. 300 armor, 20% endurance, shred fire resistance on hit, apply frailty. That's these are not the ones I was looking for, I think. We're gonna keep the current one. Okay, there we go. Now there is stuff we need to do. So, my friends, what we need to test is extremely simple. We're going to use my current amulet. We're gonna test the damage, and we're gonna put in this amulet, and we're gonna see when the damage is going to be higher, which number is going to be bigger. Okay, so here we're talking 266,000 damage per tick. Let's get level in a second. We're talking 266,000 damage per hit. You cannot equip more primordial items. Oh, so you only can... Okay, so let's remove this and do it again. So 220. What's up, Metal Maiden? Hope you had a good rest, bro. I slept for like 14 hours. What's up, man? Then we're just gonna put this thing on. 200,000. Okay, so this one is still stronger. Oh, so these are so-called primordial items. Okay, man. That makes so much more sense. Alright, let's try to sell these items. First up, rings. We have a ring with this mod. Minion. It's minion tier 6. Minion tier 6, but this increased minion damage. Minion teleported around you after you use a traversal skill. Unfortunately, for some reason, you cannot check this mod right there. Minion damage, traversal skill. Okay, so these guys are over here. They're expensive. Minion damage, The first one that's over here is for like for 1 million. Like for 1 million gold. Okay, you know what? Let's try to sell it for, I don't know, 700,000. See what's gonna happen. Now this amulet mana, something tells me that this is not gonna be worth money, but these boots could be worth money. So let's take a look. So affix it, no. Subtype. The base is exactly, what's the base? Reduced bonus damage from critical strikes. So this is the highest tier base. Ooh. Ooh! This is this base. Boom. The base is really good. And affixes, movement speed. Tier 6. Ah, they're not tier 7. They're both tier 6. Ah, shoot. And surprisingly, these are actually extremely cheap. What about tier 7? If I wanted tier 7 instead. Tier 7 are more like it. But tier 6 are really cheap. Well then. Well then. Not gonna lie, getting better Nikes would be a definitely very good thing to get. Very good thing to do. Also, these gloves are freaking ass. I need to get better gloves for sure. I have 700,000. Can probably get something. But yeah, these boots are not worth anything, unfortunately. These boots are not. But I mean, I can actually get them and freaking do this. There we go, get that movement speed. These gloves are ass. We can definitely get something better. Okay, so first of all, what is the best subtype of gloves? Up to 36 mana and 24 mana regen. In armor mitigation also applies to damage over time. Well, the damage-wise, definitely these, and the tank-wise, definitely these. I think I'm just gonna stick to... Oh, actually, that's a lot of mana regen, that's the problem. That is a lot of mana regen, actually. Alright, and affixes. What are, like, the best? Experimental armor also applies to damage over time. Experimental thing. What is this experimental thing? That's actually pretty powerful. Ooh. It's actually pretty strong. My gloves are what? A little bit of mana, 1 attunement. Oof. Health, increased health, poison resistance. These gloves freaking suck. The poison resistance is not useless though, actually. Mana is only flat. The attributes attunement, spell, cast speed, general, critical strike chance, damage over time. How much is damage over time? Up to 120%. Added health and added hybrid health. Hybrid health is pretty expensive, actually. What the heck? What about regular health? Regular health is much worse. Like, much worse of a stat. And it's so cheap. Let me take a look again on these gloves. Mana, 1 attunement, so basically 0. 9% area for area skills is worthless. I'm gonna lie, this hybrid life would be nice to have. I can craft it myself, I guess. What about attunement? This is stat that you always need. Okay, attunement gloves are very cheap. Dirt cheap, I want to say. What about attunement tier 7? It's getting slightly more expensive now. If I could find a tournament with 1 additional good stat, then this would do it. Because the rest I could just craft myself. But I don't see anything impressive over here. And like, do I just like actually stick to this for now? Dude, these gloves are so ass. They're not good at all. This helmet also suboptimal to say the least. Like, actually. Maybe try to get a helmet. Subtype. Sentinel. Because there are way better bases also for the helmets. So this one, number 1, is great. And this one, number 2, also pretty great. Boom. And then affixes. And the one I would like is probably the health affix. Percent increased health. Let's try tier 7. 250,000 right off the bat. It's pretty expensive, but this is a very high roll. Also has percent mana, which is really great for me. And 58. Dude, I'm thinking about 7 minutes ago. I'm thinking about getting that. This actually sounds really good for this price. This actually sounds really good. We need to get slightly lucky though. And we need to get rid of this. We need to get something good instead of elemental resistance. Like a good stat. Endurance is not one of those. Cold resistance is also not one of those. Void resistance is also not one of those. Come on, baby. Health regeneration. No, man. That's not it. That's not the it of it. I mean, this helmet is still going to be freaking miles better than this one. I'll tell you that much. Okay, let's try to... No, we didn't. But I mean, this helmet is still miles better than the one I have currently. Even though the health regeneration is completely bricked. That's a useless stat basically, but... This helmet basically gives me a lot of armor, a lot of fire damage, decent amount of fire damage, and almost 200 health. So, pretty good one. Pretty good one right there. Probably gonna keep it for, well, at least a little bit. Probably gonna keep it for at least a little bit. Also, change Weaver's Will to, like, I don't know, 16. Okay, these are extremely cheap at this point. Boom. Boom. There is this Weaver's Will rune. +1 Holy Aura. That's dead. Increased elemental damage over time. That's also dead.
I've got a lot of offers on this one, I do. Don't miss out.
I'm just buying the cheapest one possible. Trying to find the one with judgment for like a giga damage boost. But yeah, good luck. Physical damage. This one's dead. This one's B1 dead. Level of Java. Come on, man! Dude, that would have been so freaking good if... Hey. Critical multiplier strength. How much money do I have left? Okay, let's try to do a little bit more. 46,000 all of a sudden. Damn it, man, they start to get expensive. Alright, 2 more. I'm not doing more after that. Lightning damage level of Javelin. You freaking joking me. Bro, it's always level of Javelin, man. Freaking always. Tier 2... It is what it is, boys. You know there's a compare button and you don't need to switch items like that, right? Switch items? But like, when was I switching items? I only switch items to test the DPS before on the what do you call it? On the thing. Alright, let's keep on doing this one, I guess, because there are really good bonuses that I get to... Okay, but it's still going to be stability 100. What am I supposed to do higher stability? I'm curious. What am I supposed to do to start doing the higher stability ones? Those comparison, don't mind me. No, it's fine. We got slightly stronger one more time. One more time, boys. I'm also a little bit slower. We lost a little bit of movement speed. Citadel Boots of Lucidity. I mean, Lucidity Boots? 14 strength. Something tells me that this is not going to be... I doubt it, man, that this is going to be worth money. I very much do so.
I cannot do that.
You hesitate. Why?
Yeah, stacking armor is going to be important to have additional damage reduction in this game. Reduce damage taken from all hits, but not damage over time. Yeah, but damage over time is very easy to mitigate. Armor is only 70% as effective against non-physical damage, mitigating 35% of the damage. This is very, very powerful. Also, we have one unspent passive point, which I forgot about. Increased armor and armor mitigation applies to damage over time. This could be pretty decent too. Like putting 5 points in there. What are the points that I'm gonna need? I think that 3 points here in the future is going to be important to get the 3% block chance bonus. So that's that. This is very good. This is admittedly, I think, dropping 3 points from there could be a decent idea. I think I'm just going to drop this 1 point from there, unless I'm going to be investing 5 to get all resistance bonus. We'll see about that. Think about this. Necrotic resistance, 49 health, and healing effectiveness. Not gonna lie, this might also disappear in the future. For 7 points, that is not that big of a boost. For 7 points, that is not that big of a boost. This passive over there. This is really good. Like, way better than this one, I think. And that's about... Oh, this is also pretty good. Increased armor and healing effectiveness. Reduces damage over time. Shoot. We'll need this and we'll need this for sure. These two. So there's a possibility that we're gonna drop something else in the future. Yep. Define essences last 10 seconds and grant 15%. I think we'll need 5 points in there. Not gonna lie. This is a very good boost for 5 passive points. This is effectively 45% increased armor, 45% increased healing effectiveness, 5 attunement, and 15% reduced damage over time. Perma for 5 passive points. That is really freaking good. Methinks. Dragons become MC dragons. Speaking of dragons, you guys want to know crazy part? Something crazy. The dark past that I never mentioned to anyone. Maybe I mentioned that on stream once, but anyway. I've never seen Dragon Ball, like any of those. Dragon Ball Z, freaking Y, X, I don't know what they're called. I've never seen Dragon Ball. Like pretty much every freaking boy when I was like in like primary school and then middle school and then high school and so on. Like maybe not everyone, but a lot of boys, a lot of my school friends watched that. It was generally speaking freaking popular, right? Very popular. I've never seen it. Any Dragon Ball. I'm surprised to this day. You know, there's a Goku Nasus skin. Yeah, Super Saiyan Nasus. That's true. I don't know why, but I guess there it is. I didn't either, and I do watch anime. I guess I don't watch anime, but I haven't anyway. DB was very popular, yeah. Even here. I did watch Pokemon though. I know, for some reason I didn't get into Dragon Ball. Like, at all. 12 attunement. Ooh. I mean, we just checked these attunement helmets, right? We literally just checked them. And I don't think that just a regular 12 attunement is going to be very expensive. It's not going to be very expensive. No. Pretty sure it's not going to be. Not as expensive as I would like, at least. Isn't school collecting and trading stickers insane? Bro, we had like Pokemon cards. That thing was super popular. Super popular in my school. Pokemon cards, and we're freaking traders. We were trading cards all the time. Like, there are like people that had like collectors, like books even, and they're like had like freaking hundreds of cards in them, right? Tazos, yeah, also. Increased melee attack speed. Movement speed shrine, hell ye. Gotta go fast.
I cannot do that.
At one point I remember teachers were really upset about this, and there was like a rule that you cannot like do any of that trading and stuff. And I guess they had like a good reason. I guess, I don't know, kids going to school instead of focusing on learning, they were like, you know, basically mostly excited, really only excited about the cards and stuff. I guess it makes sense. I only use phones and nothing else. I think that phones are banned in some schools, right? Also. For a good reason. When I was a kid, we had no freaking phones in school. Well, some kids had, but when I was a kid, like, nobody had cell phones yet. And iPhones and stuff, obviously. And yeah, I guess we had something else, right? We have freaking Pokemon cards to distract ourselves. Chat GPT our homework? Bruh. Well, we had like book summaries on the other hand, so that was basically close enough. Is that what kids do nowadays? They chat GPT freaking homework? Holy smokes. You can't chat GPT the homework from the PE class, though. Gotta move that ass. Freaking exercise. Honestly, I was surprised that when I was a kid, at least, when I was going to school, I was surprised how easy it was, because I freaking love PE, right? I freaking love, like, this was my favorite class, obviously. I was surprised how easy it was for some kids that were completely healthy. They didn't have health problems. They didn't have health issues. They just didn't want to freaking do anything. That's the problem. Because the ones that obviously couldn't do any exercise, of course, I have no problem with that. But some kids, it was so easy for them, so easy to like just to get like a whole year of like not doing any PE whatsoever, and apparently it was freaking fine. Apparently it was fine. It's like they could do like a. I'm missing the word. Hold on, I'm missing the word. Well, the sick leave is not the word I was looking for, but you know, close enough. And they could just like not attend to PE at all for some reason, PE class, and that's it, and nobody gave a shit. I'm asking, for what freaking reason? When I was a kid, I watched DBZ on RTL2, the German channel, and somehow I learned German that way. I didn't have that. I didn't have any. When I was a kid, I had like 5 channels or 6 channels or something like that on my TV. And well, there is a lot of sports we could watch, but other than that, there wasn't much really. And after that, like, you know, we started getting like cable TV, and after that, like, we went from 5 channels to like freaking couple hundred immediately. So we went from not enough things to watch to too many things to watch. I haven't been watching TV in I don't know how many years now, literally in years upon years, hundreds of years. I haven't watched TV. Flat life. I have to say, we got more armor, and I'm definitely feeling tankier now. Feeling actually pretty tanky, dude. More armor against shocked enemies. Yo, that kind of sounds strong. My school, you could skip it like once a month. Every school I went to, there was like some kids that just didn't attend. Basically, they got like a leave written by parents, and that's it. And nobody would confirm that or anything like this, that if is the kid actually sick or something like that. And I knew that these kids were 100% capable of just like, you know, attending the PE class. Just nobody cared. Nobody cared, really. They're like, oh, you don't want to attend? Okay, fine. Just don't. I think it was a mistake. I think like, you should legitimately like force kids to at least have a little bit of, you know, movement in their lives, because it's just healthy. It's just freaking healthy for them. Yeah, everyone really, but you know, I'm talking about the what you're supposed to do at school. Saying because all my PE teachers were Gragas cosplayers. Was it that bad? Which is weird, right? I mean, it's freaking PE teachers, so aren't you supposed to be like, you know, like, aren't you supposed to like practice what you preach? Like my PE teachers, always they're freaking fit, every single one of them. You could see that they're, you know, they went through the process. You know what I mean? They had a lot of exercise in their lives. Now let's get this. I think you can gather like 4 hours worth of Google research in 5 minutes. Really good long term and AI and I wonder where AI is going to leave us in like, I don't know, 10 years.
I cannot do that.
Because the development of AI in like past 2 years was already pretty extreme, 2-3 years. And well, there's a very good chance that it's going to continue getting even better. Right. And I'm curious if this is going to be necessarily a good thing for humanity or not. From the perspective of, well, perspective of anything. Even the fake news. What's up, Misha? Happy partner anniversary. I had no idea that I had it, but someone mentioned that before in the chat, so thank you, thank you. Oh wow, is it that day of the year already? How are you doing, Misha? The kid at hospital one time was diagnosed with Brugado syndrome, heart arrhythmia. So he told not to severe physical activity. Guess what? The sportsman's father made him take a part in motorcycle race. So gonna arrested happened and the boy died. Oh crap. Oh, this is why I mentioned like the kids are supposed to have some movement, right? And the movement and, you know, exercise is good, but not when the kid is sick. And you just gotta be careful. But that's like most basic thing, right? To understand. And that sucks. We have forget our sportswear at home, and then teacher wouldn't participate as in the class. Oh, you had sportswear? Oh, I mean, you know, the base. Yeah, of course. I know what you mean.
I cannot do that.
Glacial Bone Amulet of Ass. Why does it show like it would potentially be expensive? There's no way that this is.
I cannot do that.
Oh, yo, Misha, by the way, because it was on my mind. When I was searching for loot filters for 1.4, I saw your name in some of the loot filters. Were you actually making loot filters for this game? Or was it just a coincidence? What's up, Xfire? What's up, my boys? Okay, let's get out of here. Like busted playing soccer, the teacher was like, "Come on, just play." Bro, that freaking sounds like in League of Legends. Someone is literally going to be going through the biggest freaking torture of their lives. Like, I don't know, super spam ganked top lane, He's jungler. The only reason why he comes top is to steal farm. Everyone is wishing him cancer, and there's this one teammate. Come on, man, just play the game, bro. Just play, man. Oh, Lord. Oh, what is this? Offer your legendary potential to the Weaver to reforge or consume according to her design. Legendary potential to the Weaver to reforge or consume according to her design. So I could get... I know what this is, I think. More or less. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to use right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and... Oh, there's this over here. Reforge or consume. So I guess you could get more legendary potential here. With this thing? I'm not sure what's going on, but whatever. Boom. 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 Smash my leg 45 degrees. Well. Sometimes you really can start wondering what some teachers have in their heads. What some people have in their heads. What seriously they're thinking. Mana regen. These are pretty high values. And increased melee damage. You know what? This one I'm gonna check. Stun chance, belt, dagger, trident. This thing. Poison penetration. I think this is tier 7 increased melee damage. I could be wrong, but it kind of sounds like a maybe decent item. I don't know. We'll see. Champions have a chance to be accompanied by blue or green loot lizard. And loot lizard and your echoes always drop a unique item. They have double the chance to drop their tail. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna give it a try. Alright, there we go. Where are we going next? Man, things have changed here. You were in the past. You were how do I increase the amount of corruption? How do I increase the amount of corruption in these maps? Defeat an unseen. Return to Apollo. Oh crap! I'm supposed to return to the guy. Oops. Return to Apophis. Where was this guy though? I don't freaking remember. Over here maybe? Oracle in the model. Suckered too, but it was my finger was bent sideways. I had to wear a plaster for 2 weeks. The whole arms too. Apophis is not here. I don't know, man. What do you guys want from me? I had to wear a plaster too. I fell as a kid chasing a rabbit. We had a rabbit. And I twisted my ankle. Return to Apophis, the Oracle of the Monolith. Dude, where is this freaking guy? Shadow Road? I think he might be here. Oh. Bollocks. Shit, man, we're not in Kansas anymore. What's up, Wilson? Thanks, man. Thank you. Bollocks, bro. They won't let me freaking teleport. What is that partner thing? I got it as well.
I'll be honest.
Apparently it's been whatever how many years ago I got a partner on Twitch, so It just shows you this thing. Now. Oh, the bastard is over here. Okay. Apophis. I have 173 of these shards, whatever that is. Drops a random amount of corrupted items when opened. Drops a random amount of corrupted unique items when opened. Drops a random amount of corrupted amulets when opened. A random amount of corrupted primalist items. A random amount of mage items. Acolyte, rogue items. Random amount of temporal keystones. Ancient bones. Bags and crates when opened. I'm gonna get one of these. I don't know what that is. Omen of Veil. Travel a veil between worlds where omens gather. Defeat them, seize control of the influence and timelight. Attract omens to surround you. I have no freaking idea what these things are, but I'm just gonna purchase one, I guess. And Rune of Corruption. Okay, let's open this thing. Bag of runes, primordial materials, and bag of gold. 7,000 gold, that is ass. Runes, that is also garbage. And, okay, that's completely worthless. Try tell her what you saw. I will return. Purchase an Inter-Omen Veil Woven Echo. Isn't this that thing that we... Yeah. That's exactly that.
I would hear the order. When you have faced the fractured prison, return to me.
So in order to do this, we need to find one of these. So let's go for it.
The silence wakes. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Is this RF? Pretty much, man. It scales a little bit differently compared to RF from PoE. Long story short, the more mana I spend on this thing, the more damage we'll be doing. Long story short, how this works. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of mana spendage right now because I don't have enough passive points. I need to get like a special item that is going to like basically triple my damage, but we can't afford that right now. But the character already feels pretty damn good, to be honest. Very tanky, haven't died a single time.
Come, witness. I cannot do that. Hit without mercy.
Impressing the gals? Is that what you're freaking at the gym for? Come on, guys. Oh, you know your priorities. Remember at the physical education college, like everyone was so fit. I don't think that anyone in the physical education college, because it was really hard to get to it because it was in Warsaw, like the, you know, the physical education college in Warsaw, which was like people were saying like the most prestigious one in Poland. So I feel like everyone had like just respect to how hard they had to work to get there, you know. Everyone was really freaking fit. Yeah, AWF. Yep. Everyone was like really respectful to. I don't think that I saw ever anyone that really tried to like freaking show off or something like that. And I thought I was fit at the time. There's some things that when I looked at what some guys were doing and the teachers, the professors, I was like, oh shit, how am I supposed to do that? And I'm not talking like in some basic stuff like, you know, standing on your hands or like flipping through the bar or something like that. I'm talking like some of the things we're doing is like, wow. One time we had a situation when we had the swimming class, and there was a like Polish national team, swimming team, including like, you know, Korzeniowski and like, you know, the basically like the medalists, and they had like a warm up or something like that. I don't know what they had, but holy smokes, man! These like it looks so much different on the TV and like in reality, like how many levels above like a regular swimmer these guys were. It's actually like freaking mind-blowingly insane how fast these guys were. I'm pretty sure they weren't even trying their best. That's the best part. I haven't seen like a single set item that went through the filter. I'm pretty much that all of them are useless. I had to do it because I had back problems. Swimming really helps. Oh, swimming is literally like one of the best ways to recover your body. This is why it's mandatory to be like a, you know, quote unquote good swimmer. When you're in physical education college, because swimming is crucial when it comes to your body recovery. So you need to be able to swim, because that's how you recover the best. Well, not the best, but you know, it's the cheapest way. Nobody's going to be like they're giving you massages and stuff like that, but swimming is great. Swimming is great exercise, like overall great for burning calories also if you want. Great for recovering your body. It's like great for joints. Like for example, if you're overweight and if you feel like, you know, finding a way to lose a couple pounds or freaking couple 100 pounds, depending on, you know, what size you are, then swimming is going to be a great start, because you're not going to exhaust your joints. They're not going to feel the pressure, because all the pressure is being basically taken by water. Absorbed by water, should I say. It's incredible how good swimming is. There's a thing called water therapy. Isn't that just swimming but less intense? Yeah, it's basically swimming, just with some additional like extra exercises, and they call it therapies. to like find a way to charge you money. they're just trying to find a way to like charge you extra money and stuff, instead of just going to the pool and like, you know, having fun, because that's literally what it is. You just go to the pool, you swim, and there you go. You get the benefits. Of course, some people cannot swim, so in those situations, you can just like book a therapy or something like that, and well, therapy, you know what I mean, and book like some of that recovery or whatever this thing is going to be called, and yeah, it's gonna be like a teacher. They're gonna give you advice on what to do and stuff like that, but give you the plan. Water immersion is one good anti-pain technique for women in labor. Tomes of Experience. Oh, we're soon going to be level 100. Not too far away at this point. Not far off. Getting closer with each step. If you're a kid, you ask your dad and he'll just throw you in the river, and that's when you learn how to swim real fast. I know you're joking, but I wouldn't do that to my kid. Not necessarily because, you know, you obviously don't want to raise a snowflake. But probably, if anything, you're probably going to give your kid trauma with something like that, except for something actually useful. Healing effectiveness, health, necrotic resistance. Yeah, that's pretty freaking good. It's a good affix. I need to invest more into healing effectiveness, by the way, on this character. It already heals like crazy, but there's never enough healing. Imagine getting healing effectiveness on this character to the point where you're actually healing 4,000 health per tick. Woo! Makes me excited when I think about it.
I cannot do that.
Sounds sexy. Okay, sorry. Alright, what do I put this thing in? They wanted me to do this. Omen's Veil. If I remember correctly. So let's put this thing here, and let's put this thing over here. There we go. And let's put this thing here. There we go. And then, take a look at this thing. You know what we're trying to do, guys? We're trying to find a super turbo expensive charm like this one. Mana and health plus mana. That is insanely expensive. Reforge. Cold penetration, cold resistance. That's not it. Reforge. Mana. Ooh, that is almost there. That is actually pretty good though. It's not as expensive as the one I was looking for, but I think that's actually pretty good. You can try to corrupt this thing. Okay, and there it is. And that's a really good freaking item, actually, for me. Let's take a look at stats. Yeah, plus 14 mana, plus 28 health. Big. Absolutely big. Big, I tell you. Very nice. Lizards spawn more often in your echoes. Arenas no longer spawn. I think that's pretty good. Let's get that. Pro tip, get yourselves dip bars and do super deep push-ups. 5 series, 10 reps, it's gonna hit hard. Honestly, like all the exercises I do, you guys saw me IRL, right? I'm not necessarily big, but for a lifetime natural, I'm relatively big. Sure, there's genetics involved and stuff like that. I have good genetics for growing muscle. But all I pretty much did in my life was obviously, you know, I started exercising very early. But all I do is dumbbells and a bar where I can do pull-ups and stuff like that. That's literally all I did all my life. You know, of course, like, you know, exercise outside, like, you know, soccer and stuff like this, but I never actually went to gym. Oh, I went to gym like 10 times, right, in my life. But you don't need gym if you want to be fit and jacked. You actually don't need gym at all. Sure, gym helps, but for the basic level of, you know, just not looking like a skeleton, you absolutely do not need gym. You don't even need to leave your home. You can just exercise at home with some very, very basic equipment. It's not going to be expensive. And the best part about it is that dumbbells will last you pretty much a lifetime. You save so much freaking money. I have my dumbbells for like 15 years now, and they're still, you know, unless something really weird is gonna happen, they're not gonna break or anything like that. So you can just freaking use them for forever. I don't know how many freaking years, but you can just use them. they're not gonna like exceed their validation date or something like that. Uh-oh, what the heck is that? You don't need gym at all, like you just exercise 4 times a week. All you do is get tired, not feel dead. That's all you need. Oh, of course, depending on what your goal is, right? If you want to get jacked, then gym does help, but it's not mandatory, in my opinion. Then again, I could be wrong and saying that from the perspective of someone that has very good genetics. Why do I know that I have good genetics for growing muscle? Because everyone in my family has. So... Okay, these guys are dead. Omen defeated. Can I open this at the same time? Do them both? I can, but I need to sit in this narrow spot. But that was a freaking bad idea. Okay, what is shitting on me so hard? Like a poison-ish effect or something? I think it might be poison. Something like that. Yep, that's an absolutely insane amount of poison. Wait, don't tell me I freaking lost that. Dude, did I just get insanely greedy by opening all of them at the same time? That was some insane damage over time, you know? Unless there's a modifier that cuts your healing by like a lot, that would make sense. And I'm healing. I can heal so much on this character, you know. That's actually the first time we died. I don't know what was killing me though. I have no idea. Polish YouTuber called Voifer. There's some stupid crazy exercise like deadlift with a couch. Deadlift with a couch. At least it's not deadlift on the couch, because that would be actually freaking scary. Like doing deadlift, if you lift heavy, you really need to have good, a good place to stand on, because if you're gonna slip, your back might freaking immediately go bye-bye. It's very, very risky to have, like you need to like have a good stabilization, right? Stabilized position. Scientifically proved that exercising over 4 times a week is not helping much, like different gains between it's huge noticeable, but 4 plus is not as much. Yeah, that's basically the difference, of course. That also works when it comes to building muscle. 5, 6, and 7 times a week, like every day, is going to have, you're gonna have diminishing returns when it comes to gains with pretty much everything that you do. The biggest gain you're gonna see at, like, you know, if you go from a beginner to, like, you know, once or twice a week, 3 times a week, and then if you want to push further, you will have to, like, you know, do more, right? But the gains at this point are not going to be as visible. Yeah, I think this was like a damage over, some crazy damage over time. What killed me before? I wonder if it's even going to count as completing this. Now that we failed this area once. Yeah, for casuals, I don't think you absolutely need to, but if you want to push harder, then you will absolutely have to put more hours into exercising. You need to sleep a lot, of course. You need to recover. Sleep, if you want to build muscle, there's basically 2 factors. You need to have a good diet, and you need to exercise. That's pretty much it. If you want to build more muscle, you'll have to exercise more. And that's it. That's the way it goes. Okay, it seems like we did succeed at least. Okay, we succeeded the quest, so that's nice. Wow, there's a lot of loot on the ground. The question is, do we have some good loot? Honestly, I'm not so sure. Strength and armor. Some of this. More guild. %68% increased mana regeneration. That sounds like a lot. Alright, man, it's time glass gore. Bag of goodies. Bag of goodies. Ooh. Oh, there's more. Defeat all Omen windows together and then defeat the Omens within Omen Veil to drop a Fractured Prison Woven Echo. Bro, what does that even freaking mean? What am I supposed to do? Actually, diet not that much. There's this dude on YouTube who only ate trash food and didn't gain any fat since he was doing enough exercise to cover the calories he consumed. That is absolute nonsense, my friend. Diet and eating enough. If you want to gain muscle, diet is an absolute deciding factor if you're gonna gain a lot of muscle or not. It's as important as, literally as important as exercise itself. If you're going to be exercising a lot and trying to gain a lot of muscle, but you're not gonna giving your body enough protein, then you're not gonna gain muscle, or a little bit only. Diet is extremely important. Not only a little bit, extremely important. It's as important as exercising, if you want to gain muscle. Now, diet is not important if your only goal is to... I mean, it's still important, but it's gonna help. But it's not a deciding factor. If you only want to lose weight, then yes, that's a different story. If your goal is to lose weight, then diet is not very important, but it's still obviously extremely useful to have good diet, right? But if your goal is to build muscle, then without protein, you're just not gonna build it. That's... I'm positive that's not gonna happen. Because that's what builds your muscle, right? It's the protein. The main builder of your muscle is protein. Holy, it's a lot of hidden items. Open the caches to free all the lizards. That's the objective here. What's up, Pavel? God bless, my friend. Gym girlfriend? I know a lot of people get repelled by that. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? What she does, as long as she's loyal, right? If you know her very, very well, that she's not gonna like do anything shady, then I don't see a problem. Okie dokie. Seems like this one is done.
I cannot do that.
More lizards in your echoes. I think I'm just going to keep on investing into these bad boys. Champions have a chance to 15% chance after 3 points. We're gonna put points in here. Here we go.
do that. Stand down.
It feels good to use this ability, by the way. Like sometimes you can just spam click off screen, and it actually like lunges you like through one and a half screen further. That's what I call mobility skill, boys. Like Nasus could use that in League, by the way. Jump scare. Okay, that was the last echo that we were looking for. Just need to know what you're looking for and be patient. Don't dedicate your whole life to the other person. That's how you lose yourself. True words. True words, my friend. You know, they say someone very wise said, if God is in the first place, then everything else is also going to be in the proper place. And that's what I believe in.
I cannot do that. Stand down or die. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Winning Summer's Rift. Oh no. I analyze a lot of every situation because starting a relationship. Analyze? Are you like analyzing a matchup? Oh, level 1, you gotta pull back a little bit. Let the wave push. No, I'm just kidding, man.
I cannot do that.
Dude, what the heck? Why are there so many shrines in here? And there's no late game in this matchup. Let's go. This matchup feels slightly doomed, boys. About go next. About it's time to disconnect from the server. Wait, what just happened? Did I already kill the boss? Or something? Alright, +1 passive point. I think I'm just gonna keep on investing these bad boys to get the buff permanently. Echo already in progress. Well, that's simply not true. Okay, so bag's happening. Should we just, like, log out? The thing is that in Argentina, a lot of girls don't want family, so it's hard for her to find someone that does. Really? I thought that Argentina is... Yo, what's going on here? I thought that Argentina is more or less like a like a Christian country, right? And generally speaking, the more Christian the country is, the more value they put in the family side of things. Is that not true? But maybe it has changed recently, I don't know.
I cannot do that.
Burn, eternal! No, my soul is fading. The strongest
There we go. Guys, a Dej. What bonus are we gonna receive? Frailty on hit, endurance, minion damage, chance to shred fire resistance on hit. Why can I get something? I mean, I'm gonna replace that, but I'm not sure if that's gonna do anything. I don't know if that's gonna do anything good for me. Defeat an unseen harbinger by conquering a different timeline at 125. Activate all omen windows together, then defeat. I don't even know what you're talking about to me, man. I don't even know what these things mean. All right, guys. I know that you have no clue what's going in this game, but I need some freaking help, man. How do I increase the corruption? Because in the past, what you used to do to increase the corruption level, you had to freaking fight like a boss, right? But here it tells me that I'm supposed to conquer a harbinger at 125 or more. So there's gotta be a way to increase corruption before that. How do I increase this number over here? The timeline to this point, you will unlock a key moment in the timeline's history. Yeah, but... I'll be freaking honest, I have no freaking idea what to do. I think we might try to ask my friend Google to see what's going on here. Maybe my friend Google is going to answer that question. Let me see. Last epoch. How to increase corruption. Oh, there we go. Confused how to increase corruption. Oh no, they sent a freaking video. There are 2 new ways to keep other timelines on par with your highest time. Okay, to increase the corruption, you need to kill the shade. To increase the corruption, you need to kill the shade. Okay, what freaking shade, dude? Like this shade over here in the Shattered Road?
I'll be on it. You know all that you need to know for now.
I cannot do that.
Alternate with willingness to will guarded to attack. Defeat a Harbinger each timeline, then return with Harbinger Eye. I don't know, when I click on this, it leads me to this place. I don't know, man, maybe Maybe let's do that, I don't know. Maybe let's give this a try.
Your echo will break.
A good decision. Immediately we got a shrine full of gold.
I cannot do that.
Gold! Let's go. I like gold. Wish they did something in Path of Exile 2 with gold. Because if you're not a flipper, which basically almost nobody is, at a certain point gold becomes completely useless. I wonder if there's like a decent gold sink. It's like, of course you could do gamble, but like, come on man. I'm talking about actually something useful, right?
I cannot do that.
Talking about actually something useful, not gambling.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
This actually is not good. Increase stun chance and nope. Absolutely not. This thing.
I cannot do that.
You're not playing anymore at all, Metal Maiden? Yo, what happened, man? Passay? I'm just kidding. Oh, you guys don't play the game that freaking drives you nuts? What is wrong with you? It's perfect.
I cannot do that.
We're probably gonna play some League tomorrow, by the way, because, you know, a lot of you like to watch this thing. I don't know why, but you do. Therefore, you know, we have PoE 2 coming in a month. Might as well, and we're definitely not playing League after PoE 2 will get released. So guess what? Might as well just play some League, right? Before that happens.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Tournament vitality, cooldown, bada beam, bada boom. I'm not impressed. Alright, exalted armor, class specific idol, runes. I don't even know which one of these options are the best. Is good and which one is not.
This moment will shatter. Frozen gaze.
Wait, what? I'm pretty sure I clicked the mod that prevented arenas from spawning at all. Maybe, I don't know. I guess they're not too bad because they're probably faster than the regular map.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Stand down or die.
Ooh. Damn. Well, this has some potential to be worth something. Ooh, damn.
Your echo will break.
triple reward bonus here actually gives you rings. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Simply because, number one, could be some pretty good rings. Mine are pretty shitty right now. But number two, I will be able to use my runes to try to upgrade them to uniques. And let's see if we're gonna have... I know there is one unique ring that is overall pretty good for most builds and pretty expensive. At least it was. I don't know right now. Maybe things have changed, but I'm gonna give it a try. Regardless. I'm trying to find this guy. Oh shoot. Melee damage, lightning, cold damage, lightning damage. Increased physical damage fractured. 45 crafting potential. Ooh! Is that potentially like actually something decent for once? 2 legendary potential rainbow edge. Okay, I do not believe that this could be worth something, but this thing on the other hand, maybe. What's up, dudes? Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I had no idea that there's like an anniversary today or something like that. You guys told me, basically. Yeah. Thank you for that. Oh, how many years since we became partners? On Twitch? I don't know, 3 maybe? Something like that? Not sure. Okay, so we got 1 ring with mana regeneration. Good base though. And some other rings with elemental damage, void resistance, elemental resistance, physical, lightning, damage over time, and elemental damage. Well, none of them are better than mine. That being said, this mana regen ring, out of curiosity, I can take a look at it. Let's see what's gonna happen. Critical strike chance, lightning damage, necrotic. Okay, this one's dead. All right, this is definitely dead. We have Rune of Ascendance. +2 Symbols of Hope. Ring, but without any legendary power. Okay, none of them were good. Unless this +2 Symbols of Hope, healing effectiveness, I don't know. The filter says it's ass, so I'm just going to trust the filter and let's just say that it's ass, right? Let's just say that it's not good. Tell the monsters to be chill because of anniversary. Yeah, you guys freaking shut your ass up. Oh, the monsters actually killed me once today. I can't believe this. I can't believe you've done this, guys. Mana fused arcane bracers of acid. Okay. Tell you what, these are actually probably better than mine. Probably. 74? How much crafting potential? 33. That's not a lot. Maybe can sell, I don't know. Maybe. Nemesis. Is that the Nemesis from League? Pro player? Look how fast he got whacked. Now, like from recent years, I actually played against Nemesis once. I have to say, there is... Oh. There is a big difference between like a pro player and just like a nemesis. I played against him. He was really freaking good. It was hard to do anything.
I cannot
It was legitimately difficult to do anything. I do believe that he played Hui in this game though. So and I was mid lane. So this is one of my worst matchups. Number 1, number 2. He had help from Nunu, of course, Nunu jungle. So that's one thing, but yeah, it was hard. Speaking of Nemet, ooh, 18 health, 8 mana. Another 18 health, 8 mana. Ooh, is one of those potentially better than? Yeah, they are. They are better, straight up. Oh, this one is not better. This one is dead. This one is better, though. Stun avoidance. Straight up better than this one, this random one. This one is even worse. Boom. There we go. Very nice.
I cannot do that.
Bicon. You know, dude, like, I don't know, it's something tells me that I'm never gonna stop saying DKing in my life. Just I'm forced to at this point. I don't know. I'm on my wedding in the future. I'm going to. Priest is gonna ask, "Will you love her forever?" You know, the formula and stuff like that. I'm just going to answer, "Bicon, bye." Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so stupid. Imagine if someone actually did that. No, I don't freaking recommend doing something like this. Very kind.
I cannot do that.
30,000 gold! Oh, hell yeah! 15 dexterity. I don't know if that's good, but it's just freaking. Let's hype things up, boys.
Do that.
That's tier 1 dexterity. I mean tier 7, right? So it's the highest tier. So I wonder if that's gonna be worth something. Okay, there we go. Let's get out of here. 2 keys. Wonder if like these keys are actually for something useful. I mean, I know more or less what the keys are for in this game. Don't get me wrong, but for example, these arena keys. Anyone freaking uses that for any reason? Even arena good? There's so many questions. It'd be really like a godsend to actually have someone in the chat that plays this game. I know, like I'm the content creator. I'm supposed to know this stuff, but you guys supposed to ask questions, not me. I mean, you know, help the homie out from time to time. I'm gonna teach you Path of Exile and League of Legends, okay? And you guys can teach me this. Is that a deal? Oh, it's a catalyst. Wait, what is a cat? Oh, it's a shield. Okay. Mana and mana region.
I must break free. My brilliance is unequaled.
His pain echoes
Pearls of the Swine. That's not how it goes. It goes pearls before swine. I have to teach these developers appropriate names. Aye. Poison damage, fire damage. Nope, that does not sound like something I would enjoy.
Cannot do that.
Quivers have to be the thing that I'm least excited finding in ARPGs, always. It's like, I don't like bow characters, that's number one. But number two, bro, even if I played by some miracle, even if I played a bow character, the quiver by itself doesn't do anything. You can't shoot from a quiver, you need a bow. So it's even less useful than just finding a bow. Like, is this logic wrong? Would you witness fate? Scale charm. He received cool voice. Fear me. You know what? Like, the technology went so much, like, you know, forward. And, you know, we have some crazy technology nowadays, AI and all that stuff. But recently I saw a video about, you know, the CGI effects versus what they did in Lord of the Rings. How they... Oh, hold up a second. That might be pretty decent. Oh, that might maybe too. I don't know. What they did to Lord of the Rings, how they made the orcs look and stuff like that, and they compared it to CGI, and like legitimately, like orcs from Lord of the Rings were like so much freaking better compared to what CGI did like 25 years later, right? It looks so much better. The same for like sound effects. Like, you would think that, you know, everything is like developing and sound effects would also develop, but until this day, like, still the most scary sounds, in my opinion, when there's like, for example, like big boss in the ARPG or something like that, the most scary sounds I've heard are like the sounds from like early, like maybe late 90s or something like that. Like, for example, the sound where you start, when you enter the Diablo level in Diablo 1. Like, I freaking always, when I was a kid, I was freaking so scared of that. And it turns out that they did a very simple trick. They literally added like a very simple voice effect to it. And they reversed. They put the recording in reverse, right? And it sounded like some ancient freaking shit or something like that. But it was really effective. It sounded freaking scary. Gatsby with 2% missing mana. Now that I think about it, the original sound that they reversed, that sounded scary. The original sound that Diablo said in Diablo 1, I think, was something like, eat your vegetables and brush your teeth every day. Something like that. In the reverse, it freaking sounded scary as hell. Oh. Oh! This is what you're supposed to find. Oh, it makes so much more sense. This is the first time I found this thing, by the way. That gives you additional corruption level. Oh, crap, man. That makes so much more sense. I forgot that this thing existed. Well, the answer, the question I asked before, guys, never freaking mind. I don't need you anymore. I take it back. I don't freaking need your help. Yo, the damage over time that this thing... When can I... Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the poison, the ignites. Okay, that's all the damage over time effects. I have 5 poisons on me. Tell you what, the damage over time, really, I don't remember like getting hit really hard. Every time my HP would drop in this game so far, it's because of damage over time. So I'm thinking, will we actually need to reduce that effect? Oh, 30 endurance, 30%. How much percent endurance? I have 69. Nice. Okay. Freeze rate multiplier. Armor, dexterity, freeze rate multiplier, physical resistance. Nope. It's kind of surprised how little effect resistances have in this game. Because it's very easy to get to 75% and the manual says that there's no effect after 65%. It doesn't really matter if you have more. Which is interesting because like, I don't know. I feel like resistance could have a little bit more effect in this game, you know? Like, slightly more overall. That's how they balance it. It still reminds me the the absolute fiasco that the release of Diablo 4 was, where resistances. Well, this game is still a fiasco, but where resistances on the release of the game didn't work. You guys, imagine an ARPG. The people that play ARPGs for a long time and like big ARPG fans will understand more the level of shit suckery that happened right there. Like, imagine releasing an ARPG where resistances on the release of the game don't work. It doesn't even freaking matter if you're like a super small indie company or something like that. Even them will make the most basic important systems of ARPG, even them will freaking make resistances work. But Blizzard didn't. For some reason they thought, resistance? Resistance? What is this? What is this statistic? Is that freaking important? Freaking the main developer probably was something like, like, oh my lord, man! Like, how can you freaking mess that up, Blizzard? Come on, man! Like, this is the most freaking important stat in the game. Well, not the most important stat. Obviously, you know, there's other important stats like damage and stuff like that. But, like, come on, man! Dude! Like, I still feel bad for my older brother that bought this game on release. For freaking $70 freaking dollars, man. And he played this game for like 5 hours and never touched this game since then. I still feel bad for him, bro. Because this shit is freaking embarrassing, I'm sorry.
I cannot do that.
I mean, Riot would do that too, I'm pretty sure. No, Riot had a lot of screw-ups in their time, but like they didn't mess up this bad. I think I don't remember them trolling this freaking hard. This is equivalent of, I don't know, this is equivalent of Riot like releasing a new game, like let's just say League of Legends 2, excuse me, and in this League of Legends 2 game you have damage reduction, stat called damage reduction, and you can, I don't know, stack this stat up to 75%. It gives you literally damage reduction, right? That's how you build defense in this game, and this stat just didn't work. And you know the best part is, like, Blizzard, it took them 6 months, 2 leagues, 2 full seasons to fix that shit. They completely reworked it. 2 leagues, 6 months to fix that issue. Like, I just can't even freaking... Lightning, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, man, enough of ranting. Rant off. Wait, I think I clicked this thing too early. I think I messed up. I should have killed the boss first, shouldn't I? Okay, there's the Shade of Our Abyss. Ooh. That actually did damage. That's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be unkillable. Game. Okay, we conquered the Echo. We found nothing. And activate all omen windows. Yeah, and that gives me +6. +6 to this corruption thing. Oh, this also gives me more. Okay. Completing this echo recedes the timeline web of echoes. However, the stability active modifier quest echo progress persists. Completing this echo cleanses this timeline of all its corruptions. Okay, so we want to increase the corruption, not decrease it. We want to make it big. Big and strong. That's the plan. I mean, it's the Blizzard. They're too chill to do their job. I find that very funny. Let me just put it this. Let me just make it clear. I like the pun. I mean, yeah, it's just like, honestly, at this point, they're like, you know, laughing stock. In the people that actually understand, like the level of their messing up. I've heard on the Diablo 4 release, I watched many different streamers. I was like clicking random things, and I was wondering what the people's opinions were on the game, right? And I clicked many different things, some bigger content creators, some smaller content creators, and guess what? Vast majority of people, and it turns out none of them freaking played ARPGs before. Vast majority of people were saying, "Oh, this game is freaking amazing, so good. How is this game like not the game of the year?" there's actually like one streamer that said that, like no cap. So I don't know, man. Like, and that's why Blizzard is still big, because the gaming, generally speaking, is growing very, very fast, and because of that, you have a lot of casual players that like legitimately have no idea what they're playing. I don't know if I could give like a good reference. This is equivalent of like someone. What is this situation called when someone is like doing something really like stupid, but they're convinced that they're doing like like a really good thing, and it's completely fine, and they're happy doing it. But on paper, if you look at it, it's like really, it doesn't make any sense. There's this thing that's like 5 times better, right? In every freaking shape and form. What is this thing called? This is pretty much players playing Blizzard games. Well, not all of them, but Diablo 4 for sure. Only watch Blizzard, EA, and Ubisoft to see who screws up the most of this time. I think that Ubisoft is kind of cooked, not gonna lie. They trolled, they messed up one of my favorite genres of all time. Not genres, franchises. Heroes of Might and Magic. Heroes of Might and Magic 7. What, you know what? I'm not even going to call it a Heroes of Might and Magic game. It's not a Heroes game. Like, come on, dude. It's actually depressing how hard they messed it up. Oh, and there was this big drama also where I don't remember exactly who that was that said that, but it was like one of the executives, like big guys in Ubisoft that said that, oh, companies will have to be stupid not to charge as much money as possible from their games or something like this. It wasn't exactly this, but he said something extremely controversial, right? And literally admitting to greed and stuff, and yeah. Close to kicking the bucket. As Assassin's Creed fan, I'm really upset them starting the OC Odyssey release. And what about yeah, exactly? What about the latest Assassins? Because I haven't heard many opinions. Well, I haven't heard anything really, but I've heard that the latest Assassin didn't sell as well as they would like. They've been doing some PR to basically save the image, but apparently they didn't earn like nowhere near as much as they wanted. So. Not an Assassin player myself, but hey, you know, you have to give it when it's due. Assassin's definitely a recognizable name in gaming, so. Certainly widely recognized and liked. So it's definitely a good product that Ubisoft made. Too bad they weren't thinking about making maybe slightly more good products. That's deeply unfortunate, isn't it? Why does it show? Why does it show as being expensive potentially? Huh? Why did it show this item as being potentially expensive? That doesn't make any sense. Latest one is Shadows. It's based on a tale about Black Samurai. The tale was made up by a random professor no one knew, and unless this day known as old. I think this says enough about the game. Oh, okay. Void penetration. Dude, all of a sudden they started showing a lot of items. And I wonder if it's because we increased the corruption level or I don't know. Japanese who get annoyed by the frame not being correct size said a lot about the game. I think you can imagine. Well, not gonna lie, like I don't wish bad to anyone, obviously. But I wish Ubisoft to either stop freaking squeezing money from customers and actually investing into the quality of their games, or freaking disappearing. It's either this or this. It's either they're gonna freaking improve or freaking I don't know, man. Because it's just not good if the company just does stuff like that over and over and over again. It's bad for like gamers in general, because this sets like a bad example to other companies. how much they can get away with before people like realize, oh, this is kind of freaking shady actually. These guys are charging $100 for freaking shitty games where there's like so much competition nowadays. There's so many good games that are like cheaper, way cheaper, or literally borderline free that you can play, and you can have much more fun with them compared to something AAA. This garbage that they called quadruple A that has freaking 10 players online right now. I forgot its name. This game about the ships and freaking pirates and stuff like that. I forgot its name. But that's also from Ubisoft. This game is beyond completely dead now. It was dead basically since the release, really. Skull and Bones, something like that, I think. I think it was called Skull and Bones. Screw up a lot, they're going to disappear slowly, I think. Hopefully Far Honor servers will somehow survive. The games like Steeple won't go down too. Oh, and this freaking time when they said that, oh, gamers really have to start realizing that they don't really own the games they buy. This is, I think, when they disabled the servers for some of their games, right, or something like this. And the games effectively that people bought basically disappeared. They were gone. I'm not sure if you remember this thing. That is such a disgusting thing to do, like, isn't it? I've never heard of any other company that would do something like that. I mean, but like many of those games, I understand when it comes to online games, sure. Obviously, nobody expects an online game to be on forever, right? But when a game is totally playable single player, why would you freaking lose access to the game forever? It's so freaking BS. Okay, level up. Let's put points in here. %55 damage reduction already, that's nice. I wonder how this armor thing works. Does it work in a way that the higher your level is, the more armor points you need to have this number of damage reduction? I'm curious how they made it. Exalted armor, exalted boost, exalted jewelry. Let's get this. Don't remember the details, but I do remember it happened. Yeah, it was. People were not happy about that. Would you witness fate? Witness this. Witness this, boy. I think it's the poison that does that much damage to me then. But I have maxed out resistance. It's kind of crazy that my regeneration can't even keep up with this poison damage. Holy smokes. It's crazy. Yeah, I think it's poison. Amulet, minion damage, something.
I cannot do that.
I need just a tiny bit more for triple the reward. It's probably not worth it anyway, but... Yo, this bear... Dude. Why is this bear so tanky? That's a big bear right there. Volibear's cousin or something? you noticed that, by the way, that all companies are trying their luck, pushing more free items out of their games, like removing chests, UB being greedy as ever, Blizzard not being chill with their paid in-game stuff, etc.
I cannot do that.
I feel like there was a time where companies did that. I feel like it's kinda... they're kinda doing the opposite now, actually.
I cannot do that.
I think that they realized that people slowly started to realize their bullshit. And I think that people have slowly started getting more and more awareness. Gaining more awareness. I think it was worse before. I think now it's getting better, actually.
I cannot do that.
There was a time where that was a thing, yes. But for example, like there was a time, like a year ago or something, that Riot wanted to remove the chests from the game completely. And they literally reverted it, like, week after. Because they lost so many freaking players that they were like immediately, oh, oops. And guess what the reason for that was, right? Obviously they wanted to make more money, right? But they didn't realize how many freaking players are like, quote-unquote, like, collectionists. And they just play this game just, like, you know, to, like, gain these chests and, like, open new stuff and stuff like that, right? There's probably a lot of players like that. In the league, generally speaking. This is not gonna be expensive. Yeah, I think that people slowly started realizing. But we need more awareness in gaming community, because like companies, the big companies will just literally keep on doing whatever they want. Like the quality of games from big companies, not every single one of them. There are exceptions. For example, look at Larian. Like Baldur's Gate 3, absolute masterpiece, and I was really scared when this game was about to be released, because it's such a big task to beat something, to keep the nature of what Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 were, which were literally like the best CRPGs of all time. And these were freaking games from late 90s, early 2000s. And they're still, after so many years, considered to be absolute freaking insanely good games. You can absolutely play the Enhanced Edition in 2026, and they're gonna be amazing freaking games to play. So I was really scared, but Larian actually freaking pulled that off, and the game is not freaking ridiculously expensive either. Would you look at that? And probably has 7 times more content that all the freaking games that Ubisoft and Blizzard released this year. So you can do it if you want, but these companies need to have freaking passion for making a good product, and not passion for money. That's the important thing. How many stacks? we're stacking, we're stacking. I'll tell you when we're gonna hit 1k. Oh wow. 200% increased armor should affect void resistance, health, and all skills.
I cannot do that.
Ooh la la. I mean, you give your players something for free, why would you dare to take that back? I don't think ever Greek gods were that greedy. Well, I understand that sometimes a company might make a mistake. So for example, if a company is short on money, use your own filter? No. I have one downloaded. I can give you the link if you want. For example, if company starts having financial issues, and for example they added a lot of like free stuff to the game, to the point where you basically have to buy nothing really to like play, then I could see a situation where they could like pull some of that back, right? Because how they're gonna sustain themselves. But I'm talking about the rare situations, not freaking Riot Games, when they pulled the chests because they wanted even more money And guess what? This company probably earns like $1 trillion a year. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. Let's be honest, Riot is not a... They're freaking sleeping on money, so...
Shatter the rage of winter. Do not stand in my way. Rise, my fallen champions. Aid me. Winter's mercy. Come, sons of...
It's very easy to avoid these guys' abilities. But he has a lot of phases. Takes a long time to kill him.
I did what I must.
Okay, Harbinger now. Sometimes these Harbingers spawn and sometimes they don't.
The chill of oblivion comes for you.
These guys are pretty tanky too. I really need to have like plus judgment relic. That's gonna give me so much damage. Like, absolutely insane amount of damage. There we go. Harbinger I. 15 armor, what we had before. Endurance threshold, freeze rate per stack of chill. Ooh, baby! That's really good. 7% block and block effectiveness. Oh, hell yeah. 75% block chance. Is that maximum? No, it's not. I think I can have 100%. That's a pretty decent amount. And then we have boots. I don't know why they went through the filter. Maybe they're worth something. I don't know. What is that? Breaks and equipped. Breaks if equipped when you kill a timeline boss above 90 corruption, causing that timeline boss kill to grant 3 additional gaze of Orobis. I mean, that kind of sounds good, isn't it? Why didn't it go through the filter? 3 additional gaze of Orobis. That sounds like it could be useful. I don't know what gaze of Orobis is. No, but yeah. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright. Next up, we need to follow the quests. The quest is telling me activate all omen windows together and then defeat the omens within the veil. Something. Can I like open this? I found an eye. Here I need to Harbinger defeat it, and here I need to do both. Maybe I need to do these things. Harbinger defeated. Harbinger of Ash. Okay, man. More or less we know what to do. Alright, I'm going to call it a day, boys. Do you have a guide for Paladin? In this game? No. I'm sorry. I myself... I'm doing basically going in blind for the most part. But if you're gonna have any questions to like more or less replicate the character I have, I'm going to be happy to answer. Because this character seems to be working pretty damn well. So, like, basically what happens is that how the character works is that you just freaking drop this and you have an aura. It's like kind of like a righteous fire from PoE, right? But that's it. That's the explanation if you like the playstyle, because obviously that doesn't explain anything how build works. But Riot simply making mistake annoys me the most. They never say or imply they're wrong. They're just being Japan about it, and it's the worst situation. It's not always the case. I know that many people get pissed off really hard by Freak's answers to some people's concerns on Reddit. I remember that Freak is like really stubborn when it comes to that, and if someone says that Freak is wrong, then the Freak's answer always is no, you're wrong, and I'm doing everything right, and you're wrong. So that's kind of like probably not a good approach to have. That, you know, Freak said that he took a break from Reddit and social media and everything like that just to avoid the toxicity and stuff like that. This is probably partially true. I'm pretty sure that the main reason why he did that is because company told him to shut up and not freaking answer to people on Reddit, but and like in other places. But yeah, his comments were not very popular in the community. Let's just put it this way. Yo, Pudim de Farofa, thank you very much for the happy anniversary message. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. I'm still like tired as hell from yesterday. Not gonna lie. Because yesterday we didn't sleep for 40 something hours. So let's just not say that nobody likes him, but you know what I mean, right? But thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow we're gonna come back. Tomorrow we're playing League. We're probably gonna play League until the end of the week, because after that, obviously, we have Easter, and probably Sunday, Monday, I will not be streaming. Just gonna be spending with my family. So yeah. So thank you very much. God bless, my friend. Wish you all the best, boys, for the evening, and we're gonna see each other tomorrow. Tomorrow, League of Legos. All right, take care.